Welcome to Android App Development. You can see that I have a website here, and the website contains all the materials that you'll need on the course. So you don't need to look on DLO for this course. I'm going to just take you through the website and the levels that you need to complete for the course, and we'll have a look at the study manual. Obviously, as well as this introduction, you can always ask questions by contacting one of your tutors if you don't understand. Some of the elements we will cover later on, such as how we assess the capstone project. It's first probably better to understand the basic and the beginning part of the course. So the course consists of a number of levels 1 to 7. You do not have to do all the levels, and I'll explain why as we go along. So first of all, let's just have a look at a given level. We start with level 1. We can see that for every level you have to complete 3 apps. And the apps are given as an example, task 1 and task 2. So this would be the same for every level. The example is an app that has a complete set of steps given to you. So it says here that the lecturer will perform this example. In fact, in this iteration of the course, we are going to give you some videos which show a demonstration of this app. The reason for this is, given the current circumstances, we're not allowed to have classes as we would normally have. But in fact, it has added benefit for you too, because we realize that some of you may be complete beginners in Android, and this is absolutely fine. That's what the course is designed for. But some of you may know Android quite well, and you don't have to take things at the same level as everybody else. So everybody can work at their own level. So the example in each section is a set of steps for you to complete an app, and it will give you the complete app. So it shows you how to do it step by step. We also provide a solution for the examples. As I say, we provided a video recording, so we can see the first one here. You can access by clicking this link. So this is the example for each level. Then we have at each level a task 1 and a task 2. So the task 1 for each level is, if you like, the next step along. It gives you some steps to complete the app, but also requires that you look up some things, and of course that you use the knowledge that you acquired, or hopefully acquired, in the example. And then we have a task 2 for every level, and the task 2 is an app that you need to complete for your portfolio. I will discuss the portfolio in some detail shortly, but this app has no solution and also very little in the way of steps. For some of the apps we provide some information, but generally you are on your own here and you're going to be developing the app for yourself. For each level we also provide some questions. You should look at these questions, review them, find the answers to them online, discuss them with your colleagues, ask your tutors. So this helps you construct your own knowledge of Android programming. And we provide some resources as well. The resources align basically with what you're doing at any given level. So for example, on level 1 we're going to be concerned with layout. We can see it there. We're concerned with basics of Android, the platform, and for example dealing with user interface events. So those are our levels, and we have level 1 to level 7. Now everybody will complete at least levels 1 to 5. And we consider that level 4 is the mid-term level of the course. Now to understand this further, let's have a look at the study manual and the portfolio. So as I say, you will develop your apps to form a portfolio. And we say this is going to be an electronic portfolio. So we're going to keep track of it by using a spreadsheet. And I've got an example of the spreadsheet here. And so we can see that you have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. And when you have this signed off, you will have completed the mid-term part of the assessment. I'll cover the rules as regarding what you have to complete and when you have to complete it shortly. So everybody's going to do levels 1 to 4, and that we consider to be the midterm part of the course. Then we have what we call trajectories, and you can choose your trajectory. Now you have 3: novice, intermediate, proficient. If you choose proficient, you can score the maximum points on the course. You can score 10 out of 10 for the course. But if you choose novice, you're restricted to 6 out of 10. And you can see for novice, you only have to do level 5. So the levels we've just been looking at, you only would have to do level 5. And then you need to do what we call a capstone project. For intermediate, you do level 6 plus your capstone project. And for level 7, for proficient, you do level 7 plus the capstone project. After each level, you're going to provide a reflection on that level. So we can see here level 1, and you provide your reflection. Your lecturer will also make some notes about that, about each level that they review. So let's just talk a little bit about this capstone project. The capstone project is an app that you will design and complete according to that design. This is just a basic overview of it. I think we will probably cover a more detailed view later on. And the capstone project has a specific rubric, and the rubric is over here. As I say, I think this will be covered later on. You can look at the rubric now if you wish. So the study manual here also gives us the program for the course. As I mentioned, the idea of giving you the examples on videos allows you to work at your own pace. So traditionally we said level 1 was in week 1, level 2 was in week 2. But you might decide that you want to work quicker than that, and then you can just do the levels at your own pace. As soon as you're ready in this first part, you can complete the midterm assessment. This happens once we have signed off your portfolio up to level 4. Then you could proceed with the next part of the course. So in theory, it's possible to complete the course early if you wish. But we can see the basic schedule here. Notice that this level, the midterm assessment, must be completed by week 11. That's a deadline. And if you do not complete the midterm part, in other words, levels 1 to 4, by the end of this week, week 11, you cannot progress to the rest of the course. So the level 4 operates effectively as a go, no-go scenario. We provide you with some tools here to complete the course. We are going to use Slack as a communication medium. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Slack. You need to sign in. You need to sign on to this link and use your half-year email address. And please use your first name combined with your last name as a Slack name. And you need to join your class channel, so make sure you choose the right channel. We send out all kinds of messages on Slack, and you can use Slack to communicate with us and with your colleagues. Now, GitHub is very important for this course because we want you to put every app onto GitHub. And we want you to do this as soon as you start working on the app. Because it's essential that we have a record of the commits you make on app. What we don't want to see is a sudden appearance on your app a day before it's got to be assessed. So please make sure that you check and that you know how to use GitHub, and ask if you don't, and that you put your apps on GitHub. As I've discussed the portfolio assessment. So we have these individual trajectories. For a novice student, your maximum score is 6, and you need to complete levels 1 to 4. Then the midterm assessment is signed off. Then you do level 5 and your capstone, and that's the end of your assessment for this course. If you wanted to do as an intermediate student, your max score is 8, and you can need to complete level 6 as well, and so on. So for the midterm assessment, this is a pass or fail scenario. There are no marks for this as such. So it's basically a check whether you've made enough progress during the course. So the requirements to complete the midterm are: your portfolio on GitHub consists of all the apps level 1 to 4. An electronic development portfolio is maintained, and we can see evidence of continuous development on GitHub. As I said, please don't just put your app the night before you want to be assessed onto GitHub, because we wouldn't consider this to be evidence of continuous development. So if you don't pass the midterm assessment, you unfortunately can't continue the course. Once you pass the midterm, you can then begin to work towards your final assessment. And as I say, depending on your portfolio, your trajectory, you do 5, 6 or 7 and your capstone project. I think this gives you enough information to get started with the course. Obviously, if you have any questions, please ask, and as I say, we will cover the capstone project and its rubric as we go further into the course. Thank you for watching this introduction video, and please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask us. Good luck with the course.